And so the birth of Mother was here. Siggy did indeed meet her, although how he met her was not just some time traveling shenanigans, but more of the fact that it was a chronophage situation. Yeah, it's still confusing. I'm gonna defend that as better viewer, although I'm reviewing zero, and even though that's going to be my very last manga to review. And that's chapter 275, and we get a little deeper of everything. Well, actually, no, not that deep. But as Siggy saw Mother being born, he questions how that is possible, as he has been searching for Mother all this time. And she answers that she went into overdrive thus she was born, and she is now Mother, the mother of the cosmos. And of course, Siggy has pointed out, as many other pointed out, that that shouldn't technically make sense, especially since he traveled from the future to the past because Mother has existed for eons. So how could she just recently been born? And according to Mother, it's because of an encounter with the chronophage. The chronophage ate 200,000 years of her time, meaning that once Mother was actually living as Mother, but then suddenly the chronophage ate her, turned her back into the era of Earth, which meant that when Siggy returned from the future to the past, he entered the era where Mother became Earth, but also around that era when she was about to enter her overdrive era. And thus he witnessed the birth of Mother. So it's not the fact that Mother just had been born, stuff like that. She had existed. She was just reverted from before and now back to now, so to speak. Yeah, I know it's confusing. If there's one thing I'm lamenting a little bit about this manga again, is that we are never actually going to get an explanation or a backstory on the chronophage. It only exists to eat time from having corrected, but it still doesn't exactly explain how Mother, who technically did exist, was targeted by the chronophage. But again, it's time and fate. You cannot explain it, you just have to accept it. Thus, Siggy took the baby that was Shiki from the mother from Earth, meaning that he basically saved Shiki from, well, ceasing to exist when the overdrive happened. Because that child was originally fated to die when it had happened, but when Mother came in contact with the chronophage and Siggy landed on this Earth 200,000 years ago, the fate of the one who lives was changed forever. And now it's even more odd that the child can survive. It's a miracle. So technically Shiki is the sole survivor of when Mother was Earth. So yes, Shiki is the mother of... No, sorry. Shiki is the child of Mother because he's the child of Earth, the very last Earthling to exist. Thus, the reason why Mother wants Shiki to decide is because Shiki is the very last child of Earth. So, Mother begins to explain how her powers work. One is to revive Earth and become the source of ether for all the cosmos, because that will take decades to store up energy. Another is to give the boy a universe where he can walk the path of happiness, but in doing so, her ether will eventually run out and she will disappear. Siggy questions why Mother had to make Shiki the one, but she only rationalizes as seeing that since he is the sole survivor of Earth's sole fate, then it's only fair for him to decide, because Earth technically faded away, thus this is the family. Because Mother herself cannot choose. She is merely a planet, at least to her. So that is actually why Shiki has to decide the future. It is none other than the fact that since he is the last child of Earth, he can decide if he wants his own happiness, although at the cost of everyone else's. Mother if he'll eventually die, or if he will revive the Earth, thus also all the ether, even though that means the rest of his family will die too. And so Siggy ends up back on Eden Zero together with the baby Shiki, wonders how he's going to raise him. And at this point, he didn't even know that he was an alternate Shiki. But the fact is, the deceased bodies of the Shining Stars and the Dark Stars actually got taken to Eden Zero 1 as well. Or maybe it's more likely to say that, or maybe he took inspiration on their bodies to build androids. It's the fact that, and it also explains on why the Dark Stars are connected to Eden's One, because he had already built the Eden's One at that point, and that included the AI. So that was the time when the One decided to corrupt the Dark Stars. So at this point he began to create their robotic bodies, but he had a problem with their memories. So he decided to call them the Shining Stars and implanted false memory inside of them, meaning that every single memory that we have seen so far of the Shining Stars as well as the Dark Stars are all false memories. Their memories of the past as Earthlings and humans has never really been there. And the reason why Siggy implanted that is because he couldn't make them function without implanting false memories. Because Mother didn't show the scenes, but he had to give them memories even if they were false, or the Shining Star androids wouldn't work. Thus Shiki cries a little bit more, realizing that Witch, the one who is fated to die if he chooses to revive Mother, is his literal birth mother. It also puts an even more tragic tale on the situation that every motherly affection that Witch has been feeling towards Shiki is not just because of everything. No, it's a deep-rooted emotional moment inside of her that tells her that Shiki is her son. A very tragic situation indeed. So yeah, I mean, Mother allowing Shiki to choose because he is technically a miracle baby that was not meant to be alive feels a little bit odd. But she does state that she can be reborn as Earth, and that will eventually spread the ether around the entire cosmos. However, doing that will probably also doom mankind to want things again. Mustn't there be as a third option? Well, either way, the chronophage situation was a little bit confusing, but it turns out that just as Siggy has been in contact with the chronophage and ended up in a district many times ago, Mother was eaten by the chronophage just around the time when until the time she was meant to overdrive. So in a way, I guess that saved the Mother's life, because she was fated to die anyway. And if Siggy had been too late, then she would have died anyway. But thanks to that fate, Shiki was saved, and thus he became the chosen to choose Mother's fate, because otherwise no one would have been able to choose her fate. It's confusing, I know, but hey, it's time. Give me your thoughts if you have any.